It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
I have on first-hand account how Diddy would try to bribe individuals to stay quiet by very, very expensive gifts. And so remember, things happen in the recording studio and at these parties. And what should happen here, as should have happened with the Jeffrey situation, all involved, subpoena them, call them in front of counsel, examine them. If you are exonerated, you're exonerated. But if you were there, we need to make sure what you saw and what you didn't see. Did you know and you stayed silent? Did he bribe you? Was there extortion? Remember, him kicking a girlfriend, which is despicable, force, fraud, and coercion goes with exploitation. It's par for the course, Jesse. There's a lot of this stuff that's going to come out.
All right, well, we'll keep everybody posted.
Do you know what is more shocking? 50 Cent tweeted this. This is why they put that tape out. They know they can't charge him with what we saw, but they know we can't see what we saw. When you go down from this statement released by the police, statement on alleged video involving St. Combs, we are aware of the video that has been circulating online allegedly depicting St. Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the image extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we will be unable to charge as the conduct will have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from our Bureau of Victim Services. Okay, you now can clearly see why they had to release this video, because they know nothing can be done. It is concerning. I saw this video from CNN.
When I watched it, what stood out to me initially after Elizabeth Wagmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning. And it's like she was so quickly running out of the room to get to the elevator that she didn't even put her shoes on yet.
That's terror. That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that, the fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself.
You worked closely with him.
I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him.
And what was he like, and what did you observe about them at this time?
I observed nothing that would lead me to believe, or there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised.
Why not?
It's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say that it's woman's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think that the the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power. And I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. And I mean,
Yes, if you don't know that guy, at the beginning of this video, according to the tweet, former NBA player Brown suggests Diddy has been protected for decades because of his connection to the Democrat establishment and his role in encouraging black voters to vote Democrat. He questioned why Diddy's school life and new tape is only being released now. That is according to this tweet that can clearly tell you what is going on.
And then there's people that thought that Puffy was involved and Suge Knight was involved.
Speaking of, I think Suge Knight's the one who said that thing I just thought of.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? Luke from 2 Live Crew.
Yeah, he said he was to leave early.
Yeah.
If you are a Democrat and you are doing what they like, they will protect you at any cost. Why they decided to release that video at this time? Because they know there is nothing that can be done about it. Like their statement I'm going to read, so you will clearly see exactly what is going on, but it is insane. If someone has been committing crime for a very long time, you are allowing the person to proceed with it, then you are part of it. Now telling people to come forward with different crimes, saying that the experience with him, it is too insane.
but I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power. And I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. And I mean, that's right. He's a mogul. So, of course, he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interactions with him, you could imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life, and especially his relationships.
Yeah, because, I mean, she was 19, I believe, and he was 37 when they first began dating.
Right. So imagine how that would be. And then he's rich. And not only is he rich, but he controls your career. And all you want in your career, right, is she's an artist. She wants to make music. She really was an artist, is an artist. And now all of a sudden, she's with somebody who could make that happen for her. And it doesn't happen.
So you don't, it wasn't anything specific. You got a strange, uncomfortable feeling from him?
I mean, I think it's more to do with the way that he treated people. Again, nobody was mistreated that I saw. I didn't feel mistreated, but it was very clear to me